Thank you, Subhashi. Actually, it's a very, very fascinating topic. Thank you for all the speakers, Ambassador Subramanyam ji, Gauri ji, Iyengar ji, and you also. You are on our board, Academic Council board. Just wanted to add a few points. One is that we have established a Inter Gurukula Universities Center. So we're talking about building a bridge. And this is exactly what we are trying to do. At the first level, we're trying to build a bridge between a Gurukula system, a traditional system, and a modern system. So the bridge between these two. So what we are trying to do is establish a Maha Gurukulam. Gurukulams are there all over India, but each Gurukulam has a certain focus. What we are trying to do is build a Maha Gurukulam, a multidisciplinary Gurukulam. So that is one thing. The same place, we're trying to establish a inter-university center. That inter-university center will build a bridge between the Gurukula system, the Indic knowledge systems, and the Indology. This is one bridge that we are trying to build. The other bridge that we are trying to build is a colleague of mine, Dimple Kaul. She is right now just finished her master's. There is a very interesting university called St. John's College in United States. There they have a curriculum called Great Books of Western Civilization. So they don't talk about Eastern civilization. They have a curriculum called Great Books of Western Civilization. First of all, we need to build a curriculum called Great Books of Indian Civilization. Once we develop this curriculum, then we need to build a bridge, which is exactly what she's trying to do. She's trying to build a bridge between East and West so that both these knowledge systems are dovetailed. So this is the kind of bridge that we are trying to establish. The other thing is, there is an institute called Santa Fe Institute in New Mexico. And since the topic is, we are talking about transdisciplinary nature, I want to just read out to you about the mission of Santa Fe Institute. And just a brief paragraph. Our researchers endeavor to understand and unify the underlying shared patterns in complex physical, biological, social, cultural, technological, and even possible astrobiological worlds. Our global research network of scholars spans borders, departments, and disciplines, unifying curious minds steeped in rigorous logical, mathematical, and computational reasoning. As we reveal the unseen mechanisms and processes that shape these evolving worlds, we seek to use this understanding to promote the well-being of humankind and life on Earth. This is one of the things that we are trying to do, is model ourselves also on Santa Fe Institute. So what this whole thing would be, a combination of a St. John's Institute that meets an Aspen Institute that meets a Santa Fe Institute. This is the kind of thinking that we need to bring and build a bridge across all these knowledge systems. And before I conclude, I also want to tell you that we are talking about Ayurveda in such glorious terms, but any person who Googles Ayurveda today, he will find a very interesting thing. The first thing that he comes across on Wikipedia is that the study of Ayurveda is pseudoscientific, while the practice can be classified as proto-science or unscientific. And it says, the Indian Medical Association characterizes the practice of modern medicine by Ayurvedic practitioners as quackery. The reason why I bring this point is that while we believe in Ayurveda, we have a ministry of Ayurveda, Ayush ministry is there. Worldwide, everybody celebrates Ayurveda, but there is another aspect of our culture that is being attacked constantly, which is hegemony by these institutions like Wikipedia and other institutions that classify our science, the first science on health. Ayurveda is the first science on health, codified science on health by Susruta. That is classified as quackery. So how do we fight this simultaneously and some attacks on our knowledge systems? And we have to fight that and then preserve it. We have been decolonized. We have to be decolonized. We have to internalize and then promote it. There's so many challenges. And yes, we do need the tailwind of the government. Private wealth, private efforts are there, but we do need the the tailwind from the government. The new NEP has come. I do hope that this will bring about a transformation, because ultimately truth will prevail. The knowledge systems that we have is dharmic, sanatani, and therefore that will prevail. we are a part of a civilizational long this thing. So at this point in time, there is a global renaissance of this kind of sustainable thinking, this kind of thinking about traditional knowledge systems, indigenous knowledge systems. So I am very sanguine that all our efforts, the government efforts, the private efforts, all this will, and in our own lifetime, in the next 20, 30 years, we will see a renaissance of Indic knowledge systems, the transdisciplinary nature of our Indic knowledge systems.
I